All right, everybody, we're still here at the Early American Coppers Happening event 2013. Behind me is the room full of the half-cent collectors. These are the little sisters of the large cents, struck during the same time period. They too have all kinds of cool and interesting varieties, die breaks, clash dies, things that make the collectors really excited. We'll talk to the folks here in the room to find out too from them what's so interesting about half cents.
This table is 1793 Cohen 2. It's the second variety that was struck, made in July of 1793. This is a particularly nice example of this variety. All 1793 half cents are kind of rare. And if you look at the other side, you can see that it's not head to foot like most coins are supposed to be in this country. The reverse is rotated compared to the obverse, and that's because the dies were not put in to the press quite the way the mint wanted them to be. This was the first few weeks that the mint was doing anything, and they were learning how to do it. They were made contemporaneously with the Liberty Cap large cents of 1793. There are a few of these that are just absolutely gorgeous to behold. Most of them were well worn. Most of them were used very heavily in circulation.
This is the group that collects Colonials. Colonials are the coins that were made before the United States became the United States. There's some great, interesting issues. We'll find out what's so interesting about these colonial coins.
Well, that's the cool thing about Colonials is, there are so many different ways you can collect them, and each of us does it in our own way, and that's what makes it a lot of fun. Up there on the screen right now, you're looking at a Maris 51G, which is a head left variety. This particular one is too high a grade. This is a Chinese counterfeit of a 51G, and it's a rather respectable work, high quality, and it's not marked copy. I hope that someday our government can put the screws onto China and make them put the word copy on these things. The Gallery Mint made nice reproductions, but all theirs were properly stamped, and although some people defaced the stamp to deceive, it was pretty much obvious that they were Gallery Mint. Dan?
Is that struck, or are the little dots, especially on the reverse, are they casting bubbles, or do you think that's a struck coin?
Oh, it's a struck coin,
It is,
yes.
okay.
Okay, and here's the final room of the EAC happening. What's interesting is that this room is not about early American coppers, it's about early American silver. It's comprised of members of the John Reich Society, people that collect the early American silver coins of the United States. Very interesting, same time period, same sorts of varieties, die strikings, interesting things that happen to the coins. Again, we'll do our best to find out what's interesting about this unusual set in series of American coins.
This is an 1823 Overton 109. It's a Rarity 5 Plus variety, and what distinguishes this die marriage is that it has cracks that circle the obverse. The die cracks go through all the stars on the left side, and then down here to the date, and then from the date to the lower curls, and then up through the right stars, and the die cracks meet right here on the obverse. And this is the finest known example of the 1823 109. And the die crack circles the obverse again. And here's the reverse. This is the only known uncirculated example of this diamond. All the rest are in AU 50 or below.
Rarity 5, you said?
Rarity 5 plus.